We have a visitor from Malaysia. Observer, right? From Malaysia.
Okay, we'll edit that out.
It's just that Singaporean guys just don't put in effort to dress well.
So in London, do you notice a big difference?
Yeah, everyone in the room here just looks so much better groomed.
Put together than us.
The two of us. What's it like talking to Singaporeans or your friends, you grew up with, when they hear what you're doing and that you're staying in London and everything?
Do you feel you're better than them?
Definitely not. Definitely not.
So what do you miss about Singapore? Food. Okay.
Not the culture or the people.
Okay, no.
Do you know how Singapore uses feng shui in its skyline? Why we release millions of mosquitoes across the island every week? The dark stories behind iconic tourist attractions like 𝗁𝗏. You don't? Don't worry. That's exactly why Tell You First is back for Season 2. Tell You First is our other podcast where we dive into the most random everyday topics, from history, pop culture, science, and even the weird things you Google at 3 a.m. Like how the rap song Why You So Like That changed Singapore's music scene forever. The best part is, only one of us knows the details, while the other is just vibing, guessing, and sometimes just embarrassing themselves. So you get to learn with us, all with a good laugh. And what's special about Season 2? Guest episodes are now on video. That means you can watch us get schooled by our awesome guests like Moona, Gurmit Singh, Radio DJ Ray, science educator BioGirl MJ, and many others. Our educational humiliation, all in glorious 4K. Want it fast? Head to the 𝗵𝗶 app and watch episodes the moment they drop. Or you can catch them 1 week later on the 𝗦𝗂𝗀𝗏 Entertainment YouTube channel. So do yourself a favor and use the link in the show notes, or search for Tell You First on the 𝗵𝗶 app, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts. And now, onto the podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of
Yah Lah.
Awesome. Okay,
Wow.
cool. We are recording today in front of a live audience, a very intimate live audience at Shansui Social at Westminster, London.
Yeah, and it's a super intimate setting.
Super intimate.
I think everyone's like shoulder to shoulder, feeling each other's body warmth.
Yeah.
Very, very Singaporean style, right?
Many of them haven't met before and now forced to socialize.
Yeah, and these are all Yah Lah But listeners who actually, we didn't just pull them off the street.
Yeah.
How did they get here?
They had to comment on Instagram, and then I think we selected them on their comments. So from the thousands of people who commented, we selected 12 12.
Yeah. You all are a really unique group. Very, very
So
unique.
you all made it very far.
And it's not just Singaporeans. We also have an international audience, right?
Yeah.
We have a visitor from Malaysia, observer, right? From Malaysia.
Okay, we'll edit that out.
Okay.
But it is 𝗀𝗏 who we performed with side by side at the show in June. Happy Ever After.
Yeah. He just finished his solo show and he's here to just rub it in that, our audience is smaller than his. Right?
Like while we were setting up, he just sat here and just watched.
Yeah.
Right.
But me, aside from 𝗀𝗏, also a lot of Singaporeans here who are all doing super interesting jobs and all very willing to come and talk about it. Right? Everyone is volunteering to, hey, please, I want to get on a podcast and talk about it.
In the end, we had to hold back everyone and only select two.
So that's the format that we're going to do. Today, what are we going to do? How are we going to do it?
So we're going to talk about one, very hard-hitting topic at the start, the first part of the episode. And then after that, we'll hear from two of them, one by one, Singaporeans living in London doing some cool shit.
Yeah. That's right. But how's London been for you so far? We're towards the tail end of our trip already, right?
Yeah.
What kind of observations have you made as a Singaporean walking around?
That the lack of sun is quite depressing. That if you see sun, it is really like a blessing from the heavens.
Yeah.
And it's cold as shit.
Yeah. But what surprised me on this trip is that actually people in London are quite a lot friendlier than I thought they would be.
Oh, really?
I thought they'd be like cold and distant, but the general vibe I get, everyone has been quite nice.
When was the last time you came to London?
Like before COVID, like with you.
2018.
Yeah, with you.
Correct.
Yeah. I mean, I feel that's what I feel.
I mean, one thing I was expecting, or like thinking that you might feel more is like the tension in the air, like the racial tension or like everything you hear in the news.
You are feeling it. Is
No,
it?
no. I said I thought I would feel.
You're
I
like
thought I would feel.
classic, see everything through racial lens only, you know.
That's what you see in the news, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Then I mean, a lot of people warned us about our phones being stolen. I don't know. That is a real risk, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, with all the political tension going on, everything you see in the news, lah. But I did figure that it won't be exactly that. But yeah, it feels cordial, lah.
Yeah. I feel quite welcome so far as a visitor. Yeah.
So no racial slurs thrown at you or anything. lah?
Nothing yet, lah. Nothing yet.
Okay,
you
okay, cool.
already
Oh,
sensing
no.
something.
I feel at home. I feel at home.
As friendly as it gets, huh?
So I mean, we do have a topic to talk about. I'm sure like people listening here, if they listen to the podcast, they keep track of the news. So the first topic is something that is really plays into something very important in Singapore, lah.
It is.
Yeah.
It's one of those issues that we should start a national conversation about it, lah.
Yeah.
Like forward SG kind of thing. Is that serious, lah?
Yeah, because I mean, midweek there was the appeal of 𝗏𝗏 that was rejected. I mean, this is even more hard-hitting, lah. And it is the debate whether Singapore Chinese men are the ugliest of all Chinese men.
Yeah. I saw this. Usually we have a voting process for topics. I saw this topic. I was like, this is a 4. This is a 4.
I had to give it a 3, lah. I had to give it a 3.
Yeah.
So because I can't be the one who wants to talk about this the most, lah.
Yeah.
So that honor went to you.
But why? You see the word ugliest in Chinese, then you steam, lah. You like this topic, lah.
No. I mean, like, I just thought it was an interesting thing. I mean, for people who are here, if you haven't seen the picture, this was what was trending online, lah.
Yeah. So those listening, we're showing the picture that is going around.
Yeah.
That basically showcases the side profiles of men from different parts of China: northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest, lah, right?
Yeah,
and Xinjiang.
exactly, and Xinjiang.
And I think in Singapore, we generally descend from people from the southeast of China, right? The Canton province and Hokkien and everything, and Teochew. So apparently we fall in that category, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, this first went viral on X by someone who posted it. I'm not so sure out of where, but it got like 5.7 million views on X. And then a Singaporean creator, Singaporean OnlyFans creator. Yeah. 𝗬𝗲 shared that and was quite open about here's what she said, like, Singaporeans are mainly Southeast Chinese, the ugliest genre of Chinese, but also stereotypically known as the genre of Chinese who make better traders and are typically more entrepreneurial. So yeah, so I mean, a lot of people got angry with her. First of all, because she, as an OnlyFans creator, sharing an opinion, I think pisses off a lot of people. Which, you know, is not the fairest. I mean, she has a right to her own opinion.
Yeah.
But, you know, as the resident Chinese on Yah Lah But, how do you feel watching this debate unfold?
Fascinating, because I think that I went on Reddit. I saw someone make a comment that I know 100 𝗏𝗏s that look like this, lah. 𝗏𝗏.
Is it the Southeast?
The
Asian?
Southeast, yeah. 𝗏𝗏 being one of the most common names that you would come across in Singapore. They'll be JJ or just 𝗏𝗏 or something like that.
Actually, he does look like a 𝗏𝗏.
He does look like 𝗏𝗏. But that's more issue of what people name their kids, right? But I mean, I did look at it. I was like, okay. I mean, I won't deny. I have, every time I travel like this time as a Singaporean, I do notice that I can make out what a Singaporean guy generally looks like, lah. And not just here. Like when I went to Japan recently, same thing. I saw the guy with the slightly buzz cut, and then almost wearing like the army t-shirt, the Uniqlo shirt underneath. Then I know, that must be Singaporean guy.
So it's like you're a savant, is it?
Savant, yeah, kind of.
But
for you as a minority in Singapore, right? Like what, other than laughing at Chinese people, what kind of reaction do you have to this article?
I just thought it was interesting. Okay, first of all, I didn't know which part of China Singaporean Chinese typically come from.
Yeah.
And then I saw this. I mean, this was just like a debate that was more funny to watch unfold than anything.
Okay.
Because, I mean, it's just like, we don't even know who sketched this. Yeah. It was shared on X. For all we know, I can just post something about Indian people.
Yeah.
And that could also spark something. So I just thought this was more funny, if anything.
Because people did point out that they did the same for women as well.
But who's this they? Who did it?
I don't know, like somebody online, AI maybe. But all the women, whichever part of China you come from, they all generally look like, physically quite attractive, like all of them, the facial features wise.
Yeah.
But for the men, it seems to be singling out the southeastern men. La.
But I mean,
So a bit
maybe
unfair,
some
right?
people find him attractive. Right?
That's true. Yeah. So your standard of beauty also matters, right?
Yeah. I mean, the others have sharper facial features. But for you, you're from Southeast China.
Yes, I am. Yeah.
So do a lot of your cousins look like him?
I look like him. I look like him. But in fact, I look at the guy like, wow, he has such a nice
Pronounced
jaw.
jawline, right?
My jaw has been missing for like the last 15 years already. If I had jaw like that, I'd be happy. Yeah.
But maybe like underneath there is that jaw. La.
Maybe underneath everything. I want to look like that. Yeah, I don't want to look like. I've been compared to like 𝗲, the Korean singer 𝗲.
Yeah.
I've been called Jolo before.
Jolo.
Yeah. So I would rather be called 𝗀𝗟 than Jolo lah. Yeah, that's the truth.
But I mean, your family, your extended family, all also typically from the southeast, la.
Yeah.
You don't have any distant family from like other parts of China?
Not that I know of, lah. No. Yeah. But I mean, at the same time, right? Like you saw the OnlyFans creator, what she wrote, right?
Yeah.
Actually, what I found is that she actually wasn't saying that bad things about Singapore. Leh. I mean, other than
about
being
Singaporean Chinese,
about Singaporean Chinese, other than being a realist about what we are might not be the best looking people, but she has a very positive message at the end of it, right? When you read the full message, what does it say?
So the middle part was, notice there's not a lot of internationally known Northwest Chinese out of China, even though they are physically more attractive in every way. And if Southeast Asia don't know if Southeast Chinese are ruining reputation. We might not be the best looking, but at least on chain in global leaderboard, Singaporeans have been killing it given our 2 million population. We are built to PvP. I'm guessing that's a lingo.
Player v player lah, like play game lah.
With our brain, not muscles. So she's also saying Singaporean Chinese men not muscular lah.
No, she's saying it's about brain and not brawn. We have held our own in the world with brain and not brawn. Yeah.
So how do you feel hearing that?
I actually thought at first she was entirely shitting on Singaporeans and all.
Yeah.
But just reading what she said here, actually, it's a very patriotic, proud moment where she's saying that in spite of our appearances, we actually punch above our weight, and that's a good thing, right? So yeah, I can't shit on her that much, right?
And I mean, even in the post, she was responding like she also thinks Singaporeans are the least vain. Public plastic surgery advertisements are banned in Singapore.
Yeah.
So in some way it was backhanded compliment.
Yeah, backhanded
compliment.
But some people online did say that it's not so much that we're ugly. It's just that Singaporean guys just don't put in effort to dress well.
So in London, do you notice a big difference in the way people groom themselves?
Yeah. Everyone in the room here just looks so much better groomed
put together than us.
The two of us. We like rolled out of like
my hair is looking
tent
like
or
crap,
shelter somewhere. Yeah.
Because all these winter clothes, I mean, like I wouldn't wear it anywhere else in Singapore. Right?
Yeah. Over here, people practice layering and
everyone is pretty well coordinated and all.
Yeah. So it really might be just a perception thing because of what we wear, right? Yeah. But do you think Singaporeans are worse dressed than other people?
I think it's just like the layering, and I mean in Singapore it's so hot, one layer, people get complacent also, and I don't think it's part of our culture also.
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean Korean, not to say it's part of like every Korean's cultural upbringing, but I think they are known to have better fashion sense because layering and because it's part of their identity.
Yeah. How about Indian community? Do you all compare like your facial features between Sindhis versus Sikhs and everything?
Yeah,
you do?
No, as in between North and South Indians.
North and South. So what's the general stereotypes? I mean, if you can say disclaimer, Harish is not racist or anything. This is in the pursuit of intellectual discussion.
No, I mean generally North Indians, they tend to be fairer and like the features more, mainly fairer and South Indians, they tend to be darker.
But facial structure?
Facial structure, I think generally North Indians tend to have sharper features. But in Indian culture, there's this stupid thing of like being fairer, being better. You know, the whole... I don't know whether you all know like a Fair and Lovely cream. Yeah, it's damn stupid, especially the Indian guys. Growing up, like...
all the collective trauma together.
Growing up, if you're darker skin in the family, you will be called names. And I was like, when I played in the sun and all, I get dark, then I was singled out for being dark.
Yeah.
Then all the cousins who are fairer, they're like, they look better and all. And there's this cream Fair and Lovely, which is meant to be a skin whitener. Yeah.
But I mean, how about other things like facial hair or anything like that? Any difference?
I think North Indians are more hairy,
Okay.
right? I don't know.
You just done.
Yeah, so
Awesome.
with your North Indian friends,
Okay,
North
he
Indians
says
hairier
North-
lah, right?
hairier, okay.
so that's one thing.
I see.
Features wise, I don't know. Like, okay, the Indian movies that tend to travel out of India tend to be Bollywood, which is North India.
Yeah.
South India is more Kollywood lah. Kollywood, right? Yeah, Kollywood. And they tend to be less international.
I see.
Yeah.
So I mean, reading this, right, and then since we're talking about OnlyFans,
We're not talking about OnlyFans.
No, I mean,
what the fuck?
it was mentioned. She's here.
Anyhow, just segue into that.
I mean, there is something to this segue, lah, right? Does it make you proud? A bit like, how when you saw Crazy Rich Asians, you're very proud that Singapore's out there. Did it make you proud that we have our own OnlyFans guy, like 𝗙𝗏 out there holding the Singapore flag and just showing that Singaporean men can be desirable? So, like, completely just like, objectified and desirable. Does that make you proud?
So the first thing, just to clarify, I was not proud of Crazy Rich Asians. Second thing,
Slipped it in.
I am actually proud that 𝗙𝗏 is making a name for himself on OnlyFans.
Yeah. He's not just doing local content, right?
Yeah.
He's doing international content. i.e., he's like, collaborating with international porn stars and stuff.
You talk about all these media personalities who want to do international stuff like us, right? We do one in London, we are like damn happy already. 𝗙𝗏, people fly down to make content with him. No?
Yeah, fly in to make content with him.
Yeah. So, I mean, shout out to him.
Yeah. So, I mean, people like him are slowly, hopefully, they'll dismantle all these stereotypes that Singaporean Chinese are ugly and all, right?
Yeah. But was this picture shared in your family WhatsApp group,
No, it wasn't. Yeah.
No?
No.
You want to share it?
No, it's okay. Maybe ours, we don't look so much like that. I mean, you look at my face, my jaw is missing and all. So, a bit different.
No, but I think this one, if someone did it for India, it would be equally controversial.
But you all shared this picture in your family WhatsApp group?
No. But I think if there was an Indian one, actually no lah. I mean, most of my immediate family all North Indians.
Okay.
But I married someone from South India.
Yeah.
So if I share that in that group, which I'm not in, then it might be a bit tricky lah.
Problematic.
Yeah. But I mean, this kind of things, it's just more fun if anything lah.
Correct.
Like if someone did for Malaysian Chinese and Singapore Chinese, that would be interesting also.
That would be interesting. The Malaysian in the room is like laughing.
Yeah, that's right. But I mean, you and him kind of like look like brothers like that almost.
Hey, wow. That was racist, Harish. That was racist. Well, Malaysia and Singaporeans, we're brothers, but still got a line, got a causeway between us.
In some way, it's quite apt also, right? Because in Singapore, the leaders of Malaysia and Singapore are also meeting. They met already.
At the moment,
But nothing spicy came out of that.
Yeah, correct.
But yeah, so are you happy that this sort of discussions are being done about the state of Chinese men?
Yeah. I think it's important to reckon with our past, but also acknowledge that, we are also distinctly different from Chinese, right? And we're slowly carving out our own identity as more 𝗙𝗏s and all go out there and fly the Singapore flag.
Yeah, because I've definitely seen the different types of Chinese people in this diagram in Singapore also.
Yeah. That's right.
So like shout out to Singapore Chinese men lah.
Shout out to them.
But yeah. Hello there. If you're new to Yah Lah But, welcome. We cover the news from every angle, no matter how controversial. And we're going to keep creating the best possible content for as long as possible. So it would mean the world to us if you could hit the subscribe button down below. It's free and it'll really help this podcast continue to grow. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for being part of our journey. If you've been listening to us for a while but haven't yet subscribed, all I can say is, why not? I mean, it's free and it'll take like 2 seconds. So just do it now. Come on, just do it. Just do it. Okay, I'm not going to stop until you do it. All right, done? Okay, great. Thanks. Okay, so right now we have one of the two fans that we mentioned at the start of the episode we'll be talking to. So maybe you can start off by telling us your name and what you're doing in London.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. So my name is Dax. I am currently an operations lead at an education tech startup here in the UK. So what we do is to train graduates from lower socioeconomic backgrounds and giving them skills in tech, in data, software, and placing them into roles that they would normally have no access to. So yeah, trying to break down those ladders to social inequality.
How long have you been in London?
I've been in London the last 8 years.
8 years.
Yeah.
Okay. And always working in this space, or this is something new?
Yeah, more or less. So I first did my degree in anthropology here. So did that for 3 years. Then have always been looking for something with a social mission to do. So even during my time at uni, I was like running a non-profit. And then after that, was also in the apprenticeship space, another education tech startup. And yeah, so always been very interested in startups or companies with like a social mission behind it.
But why? Why? I thought, growing up in Singapore, everything is like must have capitalist ROI.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good question because I think, I think it's precisely because of that. Like, I think always growing up in Singapore and always thinking that there needs to be like an ROI or that you need to be part of the most prestigious firm or most prestigious company. Just kind of like wanting to do something more than that.
And so you've been doing this for 8 years. In uni also, you're doing non-profit work. But like, have you done non-profit work in Singapore? And I'm not saying this to be like, hey, why you never help Singapore? No, it's just to understand how different is it doing non-profit work in the UK versus like Singapore.
Yeah, no, it's a great question, and the honest answer is no. But I think there was like a very particular reason for it, and I think there was like a quite like maybe eye-opening moment for me in university when I first started to like do non-profit work, which was kind of like trying to carve out a community or a space with like-minded individuals. I think in Singapore it was like very comfortable. I'm sure you guys like grew up with like a group of friends that got your back, like your quote-unquote day ones. Or it's very easy to like find people that but like mutual friends, for example. So coming here, studying anthropology without not knowing anyone, not another Singaporean on the course, for example, and it's like trying to figure out like how do I create that sense of community or belonging for myself. So that's when I started doing non-profit work and trying to create that community.
I see.
Then I mean, but in terms of like you mentioned about Singaporeans who got their back and everything like that. What's it like talking to Singaporeans or your friends, you grew up with, when they hear what you're doing and that you are staying in London and everything? How do you feel any difference when you talk to them?
Any different?
You feel you're better than them?
Definitely not. Definitely not. Actually, no, quite the opposite. Because I think I've been doing a lot of non-profit work and a lot of startups. It's not all like, rainbows and butterflies like they paint in like Silicon Valley and in shows, right? Where if you join a startup, you're going to make like the big bucks. You're, really prestigious at the next Facebook or anything like that. I haven't been part of those startups. It's very much like employee number 10, employee number 20, right? Like very small startups. So it's very much about that grind, It's very much about like doing whatever you can to make a difference. So no, like when I speak to my friends, I think the main difference is that they are mostly in companies that are super well established, like hundreds or thousands of employees. So they're very surprised at like why I chose almost like the difficult path of like needing to do 10 different roles in a startup that's not like as established as Meta or Google and paying you the big bucks to be there.
And what's one thing that you've learned working in London by yourself and all that you definitely wouldn't have learned if you had stayed in Singapore or what?
What have I learned here? I'm not super sure. Like, it's very hard to say because it's like I came here to do my undergrad, right? So like the only like say quote unquote working experience I have in Singapore is like doing part-time work at a bar or like 2 years in the Air Force, for example. It's like I don't really have like a good like barrier to like compare like, oh, if I did the same thing in Singapore, like would I really have learned that? But what I will say is like what I said before. Like I think if I never came to the UK, I can't imagine doing social work, for example. I can't imagine working in a company where a social mission is like the most important thing.
Why not? Why not in Singapore?
I think it's because it's comfortable, I think it's like it's very easy to be comfortable. And I think it was an episode you guys did a few episodes back where it's like the worst thing that could happen to us is we just be comfortable, and we don't strive for anything like bigger than ourselves, because it's like, well, the government quote unquote takes care of us, whether you whether you believe that or not is a separate issue. But I think the government tries its best to like create like these like social safety nets for most rungs in society. So it's like, I think it's very easy to be comfortable rather than really like try to push the envelope and push the status quo.
So you're saying the feeling uncomfortable has pushed you to do something more?
Yeah, exactly. Like, for example, like what I'm even doing right now, right? Like, I wouldn't have really thought about the education system much in Singapore. So I went through box standard Singapore education system, primary school, secondary school, the A levels, and then thankfully enough got here after. But it was like I hated every second of it, like, that's for sure. But like I never really thought like, what could I do to change that, or like what else like should we do to kind of make that a little bit better. But then when I got here and what I'm currently doing now, I started to think like, actually, if people here care so much about trying to give more opportunities to people that necessarily don't have the opportunity to, or like say they reject meritocracy as a concept, say like only the best people get in, it's like needing to cast a wide net of people from all walks of life to opportunities, then I started to realize, I think that's a meaningful difference. That's something I think we could do more of in Singapore as well. Have like these like alternative pathways, right? It's not just like a cookie cutter kind of exercise, like, graduate, go to uni, graduate, and get a job, get married, get a BTO, and then kind of like path out the rest of your life. It's kind of like, what else could you do?
But then, one thing that we hear in Singapore is that Singapore, we have it good, so we should cherish it. There are dark clouds all around the world. I mean, London got so many dark clouds. But do you think that is almost overblown? Like how scary the world is? Because even in the news, you read the things that are happening in London now. If you just take it at face value, feels like London is going to like downwards lah.
Yeah, and actually I don't disagree at all. Actually, I agree completely, and I think there are dark clouds looming. I think it's like, because dark clouds are looming, it's even more important to have these like alternative paths, right? Because just having the tried and tested method like isn't working out for everyone anymore, right? It's like there are going to be people lost along the way where that don't get caught by those social safety nets we are talking about, or like these like systems that try to get people through education, get a degree or get a technical certificate or a diploma. There are going to be people lost in the system. So it's even more important with these dark clouds looming that we have these kind of alternative pathways. I think so.
Nice. Yeah. So what's one piece of London that reminds you of home in Singapore?
One piece of London that reminds...
Like sitting in a room with 14 other Singaporeans.
Other than today.
I mean, as funny as it is, it's... there are a lot of Singaporeans in London, to be honest. I mean, other than the people you see in the room today, it's the Singaporean accent is unmistakable. You will walk down the street, even with noise cancelling headphones, someone will be like, "Yah lah, this person," you just turn your head like, okay, Singaporean 𝗏𝗏, yeah, normal. That's a normal.
But do you all like acknowledge each other like the Singaporean nod or something?
Not really. In Singapore, you also, I don't know about you, even if I see like someone I kind of recognize, maybe I cross the road. So, so even
so
here,
it's that many Singaporeans.
Yeah, it's really quite a lot, especially central London.
You don't need the chart of North Southeast China men to see where the Singaporeans are.
No, I wear glasses, it's printed there.
So it's that many Singaporeans. And like, everyone feels that way, also a lot of Singaporeans.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would disagree. So,
I thought we were doing something special by bringing you all together, but it happens. Sounds like it happens every day.
Find a new city next time. Find a new city.
So do you ever see yourself going back to Singapore?
Yeah, like I think eventually. I was telling you guys earlier, like I do envision like going back at some point, because I think there's kind of a limit to how much work I want to do for the community here. Because I think doing all this quote unquote, it's not community work by any means. It's still very much profit-driven companies that I work at. But I think the social mission kind of makes me reflect that I think the people that I really want to serve are like the people that I kind of like almost feel is my community, and that's like Singaporeans. So yeah, I think like I do see myself going back in the next, I don't know, 5 to 10 years to do something that's more community driven in Singapore, something that people don't necessarily not say value, but like prioritize, right? Because I think in Singapore, a lot of people tend to prioritize like profits or like success. And I think there are a lot of people in London, for example, like do things for passion or do things to help their community. And yeah, I want to bring a little bit of that back as well.
So PAP 2035 lah.
Okay, I don't know about that.
Can just play the whole thing you just said as your introductions. Yeah.
Dax is currently wearing an all black outfit. Maybe the next time you see him, he might be all white.
Yeah. Don't invert the colors. Don't invert the colors.
But cool, man.
Cool.
Dude,
Yeah,
thanks so much for sharing your
No,
story.
thanks so much for
Thanks,
having me.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Okay. Awesome. So we have fan number 2. Maybe you can tell us your name and what you do here in London.
Hello, my name is 𝗲𝗵. I'm in London working as a graphic designer. So I've been in London for about 4 years and then another 6-ish years outside of London doing my uni and then my master's.
Okay.
So that's like 10 years total away from Singapore.
Thereabouts, yeah. But
okay.
after my studies, I did come back to work for a year and then I moved back here.
I see.
Yeah.
And your degree and masters were in graphic design also?
Yes, I did my degree in graphic comms and then masters in illustration up north. So yeah.
And now you do graphic design. Like what sort of company do you work for?
So I recently started working for this mobile broadband company called Virgin Media, which also partners with O2.
Yeah.
And then before this, I worked for a British lock and doors like security company. Yeah.
And you do graphic design. Like what sort of graphic design?
Pretty much anything that you see, really. So like posters, leaflets, like ads, Instagram ads, stuff like that. Before this, I worked in Singapore. I worked in a chocolate company, so I did all their packaging and stuff like that.
Chocolate company, wow.
Yeah, so that was like literally being the entire design department, working a very late night.
So you've been in-house all the while. You didn't want to work in an agency?
Nah,
Why not?
too tough.
Too tough. Why?
I've heard a lot of horror stories where you just work really, really long nights, and I like my me time. I like clocking out on time. Yeah, so
But comparing that 1 year in Singapore versus working in the UK, any big differences?
yes, there is.
What?
The work-life balance in the UK is a lot better. So granted, in Singapore, I worked for an SME as well, and I was like their one graphic designer to do anything that they needed. And this was fresh, like as a fresh grad. So I had to learn how to do packaging design. I had to learn how to do, like posters and stuff like that was like, things I already knew. So there's like a very steep learning curve and just like literally putting up visual merchandising, like these stands, like building it on my own and stuff like that. So my portfolio really benefited. But yeah, it was just like, it was really, really stressful. So I did it for like a year and a bit and then I stopped and then I went to do a master's after. Yeah.
I see. But obviously you do miss a little bit of home because you listen to Yah Lah But, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So what do you miss about Singapore?
Food.
Oh,
food. Okay.
Not the culture or the people.
Okay, no. Sorry, food and family.
Okay.
Yeah, so I literally went back a few weeks ago just to see my family and then just like eat. Like the whole time I'm there, I'm just like.
So then what do you not miss about Singapore?
Maybe the heat, I think. I definitely do appreciate that in Singapore, when I go out, I don't have to check the weather.
Yeah.
I know that like when I can go out in the morning and I'm come back at night, I can wear the same thing.
Yeah.
Over here, I can't. I have to plan. So that is like the one thing that I appreciate. But also, I don't like the heat because once you shower, you just get like sweaty again.
The whole day.
Yeah.
But you did spend part of that time in London. It was actually during COVID as well, right?
No.
In the UK.
Actually, yeah.
Okay. Were there thoughts like return to Singapore during that period and all?
So when I came back to the UK, I moved up to Durham, and this was during at the height of COVID. So my uni days, like I hardly went in, and then when I moved down to London, it was during the second lockdown. But to be fair, no, I don't think I ever really thought about moving back to Singapore because I literally moved to the UK after being in Singapore because I was like I had a partner here as well. I still have the same partner, but I moved back kind of because of him. So
I see.
Okay.
So how do you think being in London has changed you as a person?
I'm a lot more appreciative of Singapore.
Oh, okay.
So one thing you guys covered 2 episodes ago about the trains, the train delays that they had in Singapore.
Yeah.
I was thinking
Then we are complaining and whiny bitches lah, essentially.
not exactly that, but that's something we get a lot in London. So in my previous job, I had to take 3 trains, and sometimes you get to Waterloo and you're like, yeah, trains are delayed. You don't know when the trains are gonna go. You just have to find another way. Some people just end up walking to the office, but people just get on with it. So that was I don't want to say too much before I get hated.
The problem in Singapore is that people don't believe you when you tell them you're late because of a train breakdown, right? We expect things to run perfectly. So when you say, oh, train breakdown, everyone's like, really? Yeah. But do you get that in London as well? Or people just say, oh, it's normal?
Yeah, pretty much. So I think one thing that is I find a difference between maybe the managers here as well. So over here, when we take a sick day, we don't need MC. I don't have to go to the doctor to get a doctor's note.
Okay.
I'll just tell my boss, yeah, I'm not feeling well. I'm just going to take a sick day. He's like, yeah, cool. All right, And then that's it. There's no are you really sick? That kind of thing.
But is that more because of the company or generally across?
Good point. I've only worked in 2 companies here so far. So
But the current company is an MNC lah, right?
yeah.
Okay.
So it's not like a small SME, it's an MNC, and yet they still have that sort of flexibility.
Yeah. I started very recently as well, so I can't comment too much on that.
I see.
Yeah, but the previous one was kind of like an SME, but in London.
So going back to what you said, do you think Singaporeans are kind of there's whole stereotype about that we complain too much that it really is very true?
I think every Singaporean has the right to complain, but I do think that the Singaporean government really takes care of its citizens. And it is definitely less so, say when you move out. But I would also say maybe I say that also because I don't really have the same support system as I do over here. Yeah.
When you say support system, you mean social system or your partner being here or?
So say back at home, say if anything, I can always run back to my family and stuff like that. And also because Singapore is so small.
But so then do you agree with what Dex said about how being uncomfortable has forced you to kind of be more independent also?
Absolutely, yeah.
So, but just a question, since you work both in Singapore and London, is there anything that a Singaporean brings when they move overseas, any kind of expertise or special unique abilities that a Singaporean brings? Or are we just global citizens like everyone else?
Maybe Singaporeans know how to work. We're very efficient, so we know how to work smart.
Okay,
Yeah.
work smart, okay.
And willing to work hard?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I can't say no, right?
But so you're saying Singaporeans work smart because I would have thought that sometimes in Singapore we work for long hours. It's almost a bit of wayang also. But you're saying comparatively Singaporeans work smart? I know it's a big generalization.
Yeah. To be fair, I don't know a lot of Singaporeans here.
I thought you bump into them on the street every day.
So to be fair, where I go after work, say when I'm rock climbing, I can always hear them. You always hear the Singaporeans before you see them, And all the Londoners will just be like, okay, yeah.
Hey, that rock over there, your hand, the left hand, crack.
But in that community, Singaporeans are very supportive of each other, always cheering each other. Yeah, let's go. And then the Londoners are generally just silently cheering you on in their head.
So when you hear the Singaporean accent, right, what's the first emotion you feel? Is it familiarity or alamak, that kind?
I mean, if they're being a little bit too loud, I'm like, oh, yeah. But then it's always a
bit happening.
Yeah.
Because I won't deny that if I'm in a country where there's this beautiful sight, I'm like, oh, I'm so lucky to be here. I hear a Singaporean accent, I'm like, fuck lah, I'm not the only one. I do feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a mix, is it?
Yeah, I think because I've been away from home for quite some time, I definitely do miss it. So hearing a Singaporean accent and stuff like that, and just having Singaporean food, it's just a really nice comforting thing. Yeah.
What's the one Singaporean food that tastes different because of the cold in London? In Singapore, because everything is so warm all the time, right? You eat spicy stuff, sometimes it hits different.
Laksa.
Laksa?
Yeah.
Really? Why?
Yeah. So back in Singapore, whenever I have laksa, I used to always have it when it was raining.
Yeah.
And when you have it here during winter, it's just...
Oh, is it?
it is like so... It's very heartening. It's just like nice warm hug.
And you can find you have your go-to spot for laksa here?
Generally, I make it at home. I buy the Prima sauces. Yeah, so whenever I go home, I put I buy a lot of different sauces, and then just fill up my bag, and then just bring it here.
Wow.
So given you're in the creative space, anything about the life in London that you feel helps you be more creative, that maybe you might not feel in Singapore?
I think there's a lot going on. So over here, we have lots of galleries that we can go to. I know in Singapore we definitely have that as well.
Now got culture pass also.
Yes, that is true. I don't know. I think there's maybe more trust in say at work. You're not so you can't do this because of X, Y, and Z. I guess. Just there's more freedom
to be creative also.
Yeah.
But so since you're in the creative space also, what about the threat of AI? Because roles like yours, I'm sure you've been asked this. I'm sure maybe you discuss this with your peers. How do you feel about the fact that now people are all creating these designs just through AI?
I think I would say as a graphic designer, you can spot when something is AI made. So you know that I'm still confident in my job, and also the way I feel that we use AI in the creative space is also quite different. So we use it to test our creative and stuff like that. We use it to create different basically fake audiences, and then that's a really easy way to just test your creative. So I think we don't really use it to just create designs, to just shit up designs. It's more of testing and stuff like that. So yeah, it's just in a different phase of the creative process that we use it.
Okay. So any words of advice for a young Singaporean who wants to be in the creative space but feels Singapore stifling and everything? Any words of advice for them?
Singapore, you're non-essential and all that.
Yeah.
I don't know. The grass is not always greener, to be honest. Not in the job, but just a lot of people you say that, I wish I can migrate, blah 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 blah. But then I think once you actually do, where I think Dax was saying that you don't really have the community, you have to be uncomfortable. I think it takes a lot of courage to actually be able to step out and be I don't know anyone here. I need to literally carve out my own space here and stuff like that. So it's not very easy. It's not a movie basically. But I don't know if I really have any advice for Singapore.
No, but what you said is actually very important. How you say? We'll not say advice, but the reality of things that the grass is not always greener.
Yeah.
If
you want to do it, just do it. I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Wow, awesome.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks so much for sharing.
Thank you, Carmen.
Yeah,
Thank
cool. Thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, that was nice. Thanks to the two people who came up very willingly.
Dex and Carmen.
Dex and Carmen. So now we just have our final One Shiok Thing.
Yeah.
I guess only One Shiok comment because we literally spoke to two people.
We have so many comments.
Yeah, correct. So our One Shiok Thing, what is your One Shiok Thing, Terrence?
I got a friend, Joshua. He's organizing a charity walk, for a charity that he's running called Singlet Station. They promote Singapore literature and work with writers in Singapore to create work. So he actually used to be in the army, and he retired from the army recently and now has transitioned to a job in the non-profit space. So I don't know why. I thought usually after you get out of the army, you don't want to do any army stuff. But he is going to try and raise money by walking across Singapore from Coney Island to Jurong Lake. So all 33 kilometers, and he's doing it for charity to raise money for his Singlet Station. So yeah, it's happening on December 11th.
And isn't he also writing a poem every hour?
Oh yeah. So
That's the coolest thing, lah.
Sorry. So he's walking 33 kilometers across Singapore from Coney Island to Jurong Lake while writing poetry all the way to raise money for charity.
That was a terrible pitch, you miss out the most unique thing.
I know. So he's a friend, lah. So I was like, okay. Yeah, I only can think of him as a friend. I wasn't thinking of the walk itself.
Yeah.
But yeah, so interesting way to try and raise money and awareness for his charity lah. And the fact that he's I guess getting a pay cut, transitioning from the army to non-profit. Must help him out a bit also lah.
But this one, okay, last time I thought you say whenever people do something for charity and they make noise about it, it's very narcissistic.
You.
Why? Why? What's the difference?
Because this one is like a real charity, really helping and all lah.
Last time I raised money for real charity also.
I don't know real charity or what.
I told you it was for single mothers. Like it was a charity targeting single mothers. Why is it funny?
It sounds like you being a vulture. That's like you on a Saturday night. It's for single mothers.
No, it was through my previous company. I don't know whether you even donated to that.
My attention.
Your
I donated my attention to you.
Thanks, man. Thanks. My One Shiok Thing is something I saw on the plane coming here. It was the latest Superman movie.
Okay.
Have you seen it?
No.
Yeah, I mean, I still think it's not as good as the 𝗕𝗏𝗃𝗃 Superman movie.
Yeah.
You all seen the latest one?
No.
Yeah, so I watched it. It's a fun watch, but it is more campy than other Superman movies.
Yeah.
So I think if you don't think about having something too serious, it's actually quite enjoyable.
But if you don't like it, you can complain to Netflix because Netflix now owns the Superman franchise.
That's true. For 82.7 billion.
The Squid Game X Netflix collab. Squid Game X Superman collab will be happening sooner.
But yeah, so I mean, it was an interesting movie. It was not something that I was expecting because I heard it was good. I heard a lot of people rave about it. But yeah, not bad. Not bad.
Was it woke or what?
Was it woke?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it was woke, but it was very on the nose in the sense that they didn't take themselves seriously.
Yeah.
Like even the villain is a bit a bit of a stretch, and it doesn't feel like it's very campy. Very campy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it's woke. I wouldn't say but if it's woke also, so what?
Okay. Yeah. As long as it's enjoyable.
Yeah, as long as it's enjoyable. Cool. But thanks everyone for listening, and thanks to everyone here who came down.
Yeah, thank you.
You all have been awesome.
Yeah, and we're going to end the podcast by everyone standing up and saying the Singapore Pledge together.
Oh, yeah?
You don't mind, right?
What do they say at the end of rallies? Like Majula, is it? Majula.
Oh, yeah.
Majula.
Merdeka or whatever. No, Merdeka. That's Malaysia, right? Malaysia. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, honestly, everyone who came, when we were thinking of doing this live recording, we were thinking, who would people actually show up? So I mean, thanks to everyone.
Thanks for coming by.
I really appreciate it. And to everyone listening, everything we have mentioned is in the show notes. Please check out the video. You can see the 𝗏𝗏 social where we filmed that. We'll put a link to their restaurant also on the website. In the show notes. And yeah, thanks.
And shout out again to Dex and Carmen for also being our guests. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that they had to fight the others off.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it was a tough decision, man.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And so remember, if you enjoyed this, please follow us on social media, sign up for our newsletter, and what else?
If you want to work with us, email us at contact@ministryoffunny.com or just check out ministryoffunny.com.
Sweet, awesome. Thanks for listening, everybody, and we'll talk to you all soon. And thanks to everyone for coming.
Yeah.
Woo!